Larry, how should the Niners handle their quarterback position this offseason? I know we're getting way ahead of ourselves, but I like to do that. So what do you think?
What's Jimmy's appetite? Does he want to be here? Does he not want to be here? Do they want him here? Do they not want him here? Does Brady want to be here? Is Brady going to, I guess you're asking me my ideal situation. I guess it would be Brady, Purdy, let Jimmy walk, trade Trey.
You would
recoup
trade
some of those draft assets and build up.
You would trade now.
I would consider trading Trey because I think Purdy gives you the cheap quarterback, so you can still have all the, the Bosa extensions and the Debo extensions, and Brady maybe even gives you a bargain on the final year. How do you look away from Tom Brady? And then look how many teams need a quarterback. And I think Trey Lance, it would definitely fetch at least a first round draft choice.
I don't know about that.
Really?
After the last 2 years? I mean, he hasn't played. He's coming off an injury. Maybe he would. Maybe a late first?
There's a lot of people who've said a lot of bad things about him, but I think if you just look at his film and what he is as a person, what he is as a player, what he is as a prospect, I mean, if you don't want him, that's fine with me, but guys get better. And if you don't believe it, look at Green Bay's backup. He's gotten better. Guys do get better.
I mean, but isn't that all the more reason for the Niners to hold on to Trey Lance? I mean,
their
quarterbacks get hurt. You don't really know what you have from. I guess Brock Purdy. Maybe hedge your bets.
Yeah, I mean, you could go the reasonable thing would go Purdy and Lance and let Jimmy walk, and then just let those guys kind of compete. In a lot of ways, I think it would be an incredible combo, Purdy and Lance. Why? Because Purdy does understand the nuances of the position, and that means I bet you $1 to a dime. He's great in a meeting, and he contributes in the meeting, and that helps elevate every other guy.
He's like a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, I think it was Baldinger said this week, the guy's plays like a veteran. I mean,
he's 35. Absolutely. I bet Trey could learn from him.
He'd be great.
The experience is legit.
If Trey picks up the nuances that Purdy has mastered because of 46 starts at Iowa State, Trey, with his skill set, could be one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever played.
Whew. Yeah, well, it's not hyperbole coming from the man who called Brock Purdy. So it's interesting. If they bring in Tom Brady, I don't know if they keep Trey Lance as a third-string quarterback. I don't know.
I don't think
That'd be rough. But and it's a conundrum, right? Like, Brady isn't looking great this year, but they talked themselves out of Brady for the same reason 3 years ago. And this week, Kyle literally said, "What was anyone thinking?" So there's a lot of pressure to not make the same mistake twice. And frankly, I think Brady would look pretty good on the Niners if you put him on.
I mean, a lot of people are going to point to yesterday and go, he didn't look so great yesterday, but I thought he actually looked really good. I mean, did they sack him at all?
No.
They got no sacks against the GOAT, who's 40 when he's 45. And why is that? It wasn't they weren't getting pressure. They got pressure instantly. He just got rid of it faster.
Yeah. I mean, the Niners haven't figured out quite how to protect their quarterbacks yet, or their quarterbacks haven't figured out how to protect themselves. But I watched a 45-year-old man do a very good job of that yesterday on a football field. It's quite impressive if you just look at it through that lens.